in this session we are going to study the effects of migration. Okay, now in the previous session we have studied the causes of migration. What are the things which force the people to migrate from one place to another comes under causes of migration. And in this we will study when a person migrates, already he has migrated from one place to another, then what are the effects or what are the problems, what are the things that are going to change when a person migrates from one place to another. Okay, now migration has both positive as well as negative effects. Now we'll see what are the positive effects, we'll see what are the negative effects. Now, it has an impact on ecology, society, economy, and it is felt on both the sides of an area of immigration place of origin and the area of immigration place of destination. Now, what is e-migration? E-migration is an area that is the place of origin, means from where a person is going to migrate. And e-migrant is who? A person who is going to move out of his country. Okay, and what is immigration? It is a place of destination. And who is immigrant? A person moving into the country. Okay, so please make sure that you understand the difference between immigrant and immigrant. Immigrant means what? A person is moving from his place where he was or in initially. And immigrant means what? A person who has reached to his destination, that is immigrant person. Okay, now what is migrant? Migrant means what? Migrant means any person who is moving, who is traveling. Okay, that person is called as migrant. Now in the previous session only we have studied the push and pull factors. Now where there is an origin, from here a person is going to migrate. Yes, why he is going to migrate? Because of the push factors. Now, as the person is going to move from the origin to the destination, then this person is going to be called as e-migrant because he is moving to some other place. Yes, and man, who is man? He is a migrant, any type of person who is moving. Now, where this person is moving? This person is moving to the destination. So, because of this, it will be called as immigrant. So someone moving to the different country is called as immigrant, and where he will be moved because of the push factors. Okay, what are the push factors? All the favorable conditions which attract the people, they are the push factors. So from origin, a person moves to its destination because of the push and pull factors. Okay, so these are the pull factors. Now, what is the demographic effect? Both areas show qualitative and quantitative changes in their demographic structures. Okay. Now, as these areas, both of them, they have some qualitative as well as the quantitative changes. Okay, in the demographic structure. Now, what are the demographic structures? What do you understand by demographic? All the things, the migration which is based on the age as well as the sex selectively is called as the demographic factors. Now suppose young male if a young male is there and he is moving from one place to another, you all know that initially a person who is going for the job, he is moving. Later on he takes his family. So because of this, the composition of that area, the structure of the population is going to change of that area as well as the destination area. So all these things are coming in the demographic effects. At the place of immigration, place of destination, there is an increase in population which brings pressure on the resources of that area. Definitely, wherever the migration is more, at that destination place, the resources, the commodities, there will be lack of all those resources. Why? Because of increase in population, and there will be lot of pressure. If only male population migrates, there is imbalance in the sex ratio in both immigrated and immigrated areas. So if a person, that is a male person, he is only going to migrate and his family is not going to migrate, then what will happen? At the destination place, there will be more number of males, and in the origin place, there will be more numbers of females. So definitely at the both the places, the sex ratio is going to differ. As you know, the sex ratio is calculated by both females as well as males. You cannot calculate the sex ratio only by one gender. So both are necessary to balance the sex ratio of a particular region. This leads in the change in the composition and structure of population, which develops the social problems. So because of this, what happens? The composition changes and there is imbalance in the structure, and hence the social problems are. Now we will study what are the demographic effects, what are the problems. Okay. Now, as you all know that the problems are both positive and negative. First, we'll study what happens in the case of international migration. Now, what is international migration? International migration means what? When a person is moving from one country to the another country. Now, what happens in the case of international migration? Let us see the positive effect. Okay. Migration can help the countries with aging population and population decline. Germany, France, Russia immigrants are usually of working age. So what happens in this case? There can be increase in the population, there can be decrease in the population. Okay, and if there are more number of immigrants who are of working age, then what happens? The GDP of that area is going to increase definitely. If the working population is more, the per capita income of that area of that region is more, and hence the GDP of that particular area, region, or a country is going to increase more. Immigrants are young, the birth rate rises, the population of immigration area increases. The areas from which migration occurs have high proportion of elderly people as the young people leave. Now, what is the negative effect? Now, if a person is moving from origin to the destination, what happens at the origin? All the elderly, all the old people will be more, and at the place of the destination a young person he goes, then he increases his family, then definitely at that destination place there will be more amount of population. Okay, so because of this the proportion will be imbalance. Now let us study the internal migration. What will happen if the person is migrating within a same country from one state to another state, from rural area to the urban area? Village birth rate falls, escaping problem of famines and overpopulation. So what happens if a young person is moving from a village to the urban area? Definitely the population or the birth rate is going to decrease, and because of this what will happen? The poverty, the famine, overpopulation of the village is going to decrease, the problem will be solved. But the opposite thing is going to happen in the urban area. So what is the negative effect? That the village population becomes elderly while the city birth rates rises rapidly. So opposite to the village, the condition of the urban area will be that the population is going to increase, overpopulation will be created, and there will be lack of commodities. Now let us start with the economic effect. Now what is economic effect? Increase in number of people, increase the competition among the people. So as the number of people are going to increase, the competition is going to increase. For one job opportunity, thousands of people apply. So because of this, what happens? There is lot of competition. Increase in the number of working population shows the increase in the GDP of that region. What did I say? What is GDP? Gross domestic product. Yeah. If there is increase in the gross number of working people, if the person who is working, that amount is going to increase, definitely that economic development of that country is going to increase. Now what do you understand by GDP? GDP is the gross value of all finished goods and services, okay, within a country. Every nation calculates GDP annually. Every year all the nations they calculate GDP. Okay, why it is calculated? So as to know what is the development of the country. It is commonly used as an indicator to calculate the economic wealth of the country. Okay, so it is totally dependent and it is used to measure the standard of living of a country. So you can gain two information by the calculation of GD. First is the economic wealth of the country, and second is the country's standard of living can also be calculated by the calculation of GDP. Now, if there is an increase in per capita income, definitely the GDP indicates the economic growth of the country. If there is higher per capita GDP, then there is higher standard of living. So all this is interdependent. So if the working population is more, definitely the GDP of that region is going to increase. Increase in population leads to increase in demand of commodities. Now, if the population is going to increase, definitely the demand is going to increase. So, if for the demand the supply is inadequate, then definitely there will be inconvenience in that particular country. There is also an increase in the rise of land values and change in the economy. So because of this, what will happen? The land value will come in the demand, and it is going to change the economical. Now let us study the effects of economic effects. Now, first we'll study what are the international migration effects. Now, what is the positive thing that happens in the international migration? The immigrants get employment and earn higher wages than they get at the home country. Financial condition of the families are improved. So what happens? The immigrant, when he moves to the different country, he is paid with more wages as which he was getting in his own country. Okay, so that is the benefit to that person and his family. Because of this, the economical condition of his family is increased. Now, what is the negative effect? Immigrants put strains on schools, health services, and housing, and they are often resented when the unemployment raises. So, increase in the prices of land and houses. So, when these immigrants, what happens? They put strain on what? Schools, health facilities, and because of this, the unemployment, if there is a slack in that particular country, these people, those who have those who are foreigners, they are sent back to their own countries first. So there is a chance that they are resented, and there is, if there is unemployment, so increase in the price of the land and house, so they have to pay more for the school facilities, health facilities, housing, land facilities when they move from one place to another. Now what is the case in international migration, internal migration? Internal means what will happen if a person is moving within his own country? Okay, there are more jobs for non-migrants because of the fact remain in the village, which partly reduce the unemployment problem. So the people, those who have not migrated, okay, they remain in the village, they get more job opportunity. Why? Because the skilled people, they have already migrated, they have already left the village, and because of that, what happens? The rest of the people, they get the opportunity of job, and because of that, the unemployment problem is being solved in the village. But what happens in the city? The city do not have the city authority. Okay, the city in charge, they don't have that much money, that much houses, that they can accommodate so many migrants. Okay, so there is lot of problem in medical houses, services, as well as schools. So to avoid this, what happens? There is increase in the house prices of houses, and there is increase in prices of land. Now let us study what are the socio-cultural effects. Now it is difficult to keep balance in the society which has different ethics. Now you all know socio-cultural means what? It is totally dependent on the culture which we follow. It is totally dependent on the society in which we live. So what are the different thinkings? Okay. Now you know that all the thinkings, all the people, they don't have different culture. They don't have they have different culture. They have different religion, and they stay together, and they want to stay in harmony. Okay. It is observed that people those migrate from one country to other region, they follow different religion, they speak different values, and they have different cultural values. So when you want to work in harmony, you should live in a matured society where every culture and religion is respected. Okay, people migrating from different countries and religions speak different language, follow different religion, and have different culture. So now let us study what are the social and cultural positive and negative. If now the first positive effect in the international migration related to the social effect is many immigrants are from different professions like teachers, doctors. This helps the health and education system for diffusing of the thoughts and ideas. So what is the positive effects? That the good skilled people like doctor profession, teachers, they help to eradicate, they help to reduce the thoughts and ideas of different social problems. Okay, and feeling of injustice sometimes creates tension between races, can lead to violence, discrimination against migrants, increase in the crime rate. So if a person is moving to some other country, if there is a feeling of injustice, the foreigners are not given that much respect. So because of this, what happens? There is discrimination between races, black and white colors. Okay, because of this, what happens? The crime rate or the violence rate of the country increases. Now that is the negative effect. Now we'll see what is the cultural effect. Now, different cultures, customs are introduced. Example, Western Indian food, music, carnivals, diffusion of thoughts and ideas. South Hall in West London is often called a Little India, where you will get all the Indian stuff. Now, if there is a cultural effect, what happens? Various culture or various people or various countries, they keep an area which is totally diffused from their main area where the foreigners they live. They have given the example which is in London, that is the South Hall, where all the Indians are being kept there. Okay, so why? So that they can live their culture, they can follow their culture, they can follow their customs. Okay, so this is the positive effect. And what is the negative effect? Due to the difference in the culture and custom, the immigrant tensions are created in between the people, local and the migrants. So what happens because of the differences? There is lot of tension created in the local people and the foreign people. Okay. Now let us study the socio-cultural effect in the internal migration, that is within the country. Migrants have access to better services, example schools, shops, spread of new ideas. So whenever you migrate within a country, you have access. You can go to better school, better services. You can gain. So you don't have much issues. But what happens? What is the negative effect then? Crowded shanty towns, lack of clean water, sanitation, and suffer from disease, lack of pure air, open spaces, increase in crime rates. So all these things are the negative effects which we can see in the socio-cultural effects. Now let us study the last effect, that is the environmental effect. Now, this is totally related to environment. What happens when the population is increasing or the population is migrating, or in some areas the population is it is overpopulated, in some areas it is less populated. What happens if there is the imbalance in the ecosystem? Now, increase in the pressure of land, over exploitation of natural resources, development of cities, over urbanization, concentration of population in few areas, development of industrialization leads to increase in pollution, which causes many disorders to the humans. So whenever the development is more, that particular area has high concentration of population, the industrialization is more, so definitely the use of vehicles is more. So because of this, the pollution gets increased, and because of that, there are lots of disorders in humans. All the above factors have negative impact on human as well as environment. So all this are the reason which has a negative impact on the environment, so which results in the imbalance of ecosystem. Now let us study what are the positive and negative effects in the international migration related to the environmental factors. Now, damage to the environment is lessened in the areas from where out migration occurs. Definitely, if the area where the out migration is more, in that area, the damage to the environment is less because the population will be less. More people are going to migrate outside. But what is the negative effect? Many immigrants remain poor, overutilization of resources, ongoing poverty. So many immigrants they remain poor, the over utilization of the resources also takes place, and because of this the poverty is also more. Now, internal migration. Now what happens when a person is moving within a country? Pressure on the environment in the rural areas is eased. So in that area the pressure of the environment or the rural area is less, but the opposite condition is there in the city area from to where the persons migrate. The cities and the small towns are growing rapidly. More urban sprawl, shanty towns has developed in hazardous environment. There is a rise in some dwellers. So because of more population in the cities, the slum, the poverty is more, hazard to the environment is more, urban sprawls are seen. So all these things leads to the negative effects which we see when a person migrates from the rural area to the urban area. So because of this, what happens? There is lot of imbalance in the society, in the environment, and which results in the imbalance of the ecosystem. So it is very clear that migration is not a new phenomena. Many a times the approach have changed with the development of science as well as technology.